All right, guys, just want to give you a 3-year update on my Quickjacks and a quick review of everything that's been right and everything that's been wrong. So when I first got the unit, these quick disconnects were really easy. You can disconnect them and as long as the unit was locked or all the way down, you can disconnect them, no problem. I don't know, it must have been maybe a year or a year and a half into usage that these became a little bit difficult to disconnect sometimes and then reconnect sometimes. And I'm not really sure why that happened. I tried to talk to Quickjacks about it, or I forget what the parent company is, but I tried to talk to them about it and I really didn't get anywhere with them. But really, what I ended up figuring out is that you need to relieve some pressure of these lines sometimes. So ever since I started doing this, I've had no issues. So now the procedure that I use is I put my jacks underneath the car and I plug the end closest to the jack first. Okay, so now what I do is, like I said, I connect the hose end closest to the jack first, okay, and that gives me absolutely no resistance, okay. But watch, if I try to connect this straight like this, it'll connect, but it's really difficult to connect, okay. I feel like I gotta force it, all right. So in order to avoid that, what I do now is obviously the valve is open already. To operate the pump, you always have to open this valve, okay? But once the valve is open, I just press the down button and I hold it, and then this connects really easily. And I guess what that's doing is just relieving some of the internal pressure here and allowing this to just connect much easily. And then that way, once I started doing this, I've had no issues whatsoever with the jacks. Besides those fittings that I had to replace that one time, I really haven't had any maintenance on this. I never really replaced the automatic fluid in here. Like I said, I haven't had any leaks. The pump has never failed. The actual jacks themselves have never failed. All I really had to do with the jacks as far as maintenance was just when I replaced these fittings, I did re-air or repressurized the cylinders, okay, that uses regular air. I did find that they had dropped a little bit, but at that point, they really hadn't lost any performance. I hadn't noticed anything different before or after. All right, guys, so that's my long-term review of the Quickjacks. I'm very, very happy with my purchase. It's been almost trouble-free. The only real issue that I had, like I said, is because I had to force those fittings on the hoses. Over time, they did become leaky and I had to swap those out. But if you follow that method that I showed you guys, you have no problems. I never had a failure, never had it stuck. They just work, and putting these cars up, especially the Corvettes, is very difficult. But they work on the Evos, they work on everything, and then you can bring them up and down, you can kind of stop in the middle. They have 2 locks, but I've stopped them like halfway and left the car there for hours and it's never really moved. I wouldn't go under it without the locks, but like working in the engine bay, sometimes you gotta go up and down to make yourself more comfortable. They work really, really well. So I would definitely buy them again, especially, how much I use them, and now being 3 years or a little bit more than 3 years, and they still work flawlessly. So hopefully you find this review useful. And if you do, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.